Hey everybody, welcome back to X-Plane 11. I am Bill, and look at this absolutely perfect, unbelievable Finbar paint job. Oh my god. Finbar outdid himself this time with this plane, not necessarily because the livery itself is pretty. I think his one of the citation that he did is unbelievable, but he outdid himself on this one because this paint job is so bad in real life that he actually, it's dirty. He made it dirty. It's so awesome because the paint job on this plane is not good, and just the hilarious detail of the paint on the wheels, on the tires. It's, oh my god, Finbar, you're hilarious, dude. It's just perfect. It's the actual plane. It's so funny. So this is the plane that Julia and I just took to the real world Agua Dulce, and I prepped this flight in the sim. I did it in the real world with Julia, and now we're gonna do it in the sim again and see how different it feels. I've done this on almost every one of the flights that I've done, and I love doing this so much because it shows off what the sim can do. What about Bob71? Welcome aboard. Thank you for following.
Can you stop?
Yeah, you can just click get out of that. You just turn it off. Go to Netflix, whatever you're going to do.
I'm going to stream my...
Oh, yeah. You're fine. That's just the TV. You used to do a Wednesday night flight where Julia cooked. Those were fun. Yes, the sim to table. Julia, we got to do sim to table again.
Just thinking about that.
You were?
Yeah.
Beardy Baldy, welcome. Hello.
I was thinking about that. We haven't done that.
Yeah, we haven't done a sim to table in a while. Those take some prep work, but we should do that like on a weekend.
We have some time now.
Let's do that like on a Saturday. Do a sim to table one. That would be fun. Thank you for reminding me of that, Whiteley, because I totally forgot. Have you spotted your names yet? Oh, dude. Says Bill on that side, and let me guess. Oh, boy. Look at that. Julia made a Finbar livery. Finbar, I don't know how you made this thing so dirty, but it's so good. Oh, my God. You are the freaking best, Finbar. And there's the registration on the inside with the logo and the no smoking sign, which is hilarious. And he placarded it. The in-op was for the EGT, I think. Where everything just kind of in a different spot on this plane, but this is hilarious, Finbar. It's so good that it's funny. I love it. I absolutely love it. Okay, so going through the real world, or going through the flight in the sim has always made it helped me as I was going through my training be able to pick out the similarities and differences between the real world and the sim. Doing them back to back and bookended with the sim flights. You prep in the sim, you do the real world, you go, oh yeah, it looks a lot hillier in the real plane, or it's a lot bumpier, the sensation is different. And then when you do the debrief in the sim, you start to replace the gaps in the sim with what you experienced in the real world. And I started to be able to figure out what was what I could rely on in the sim and what I kind of had to, I'm not going to worry about that because the simulator doesn't do a good job of, mimicking whatever it is. Shoes, I remember when you and Darkon figured out group flights to Vegas on PE. Oh man, I miss flying with Ryan. We got him back on piloted a few weeks ago, and it's so much fun flying with him. All right, so we'll just get this thing started quickly. And this was one of the things in the sim that I realized. Well, it's the startup procedure isn't exactly the same as long as you go through the procedure. Even if the sim doesn't like it or does things a little bit differently, as long as you talk through each part, it's good for practicing your checklists and your startup flow and all that stuff. Brad M. Wow, Brad, thank you so much for the host. Welcome everybody from Brad's stream. I always forget that this thing defaults to the fuel being off. There we go. And bring that down.
Resume on navigation, maintain appropriate VFR altitudes.
Alright, sorry again. I'm maintaining VFR at update altitude 7310.
Is our GTN not gonna start up? Hello, Mr. VFR. Hello, Jeff. How are you? So we just debriefed the real world flight my wife and I did in this plane in the real world. So we're gonna go do the flight.
Wind 2006, runway 24, clear to land.
And
24 clear land, 24 officer.
Scott 4649 Mike, contact SoCal departure.
So over to departure, 4649
does
Mike.
not help. Is there a turn this thing on button if it doesn't boot up?
Mike at 1,500, climbing 2,000.
Scott 4649 Mike, SoCal departure, radar contact, climb maintain 4,000.
Feels like it's not happening.
Climb maintain 4,000,
Can I turn it off without it crashing the sim? I might have to reboot. Everything is up. Fuel pump on. Thank you, Just Flight, for just working. We're good. All right. We're back. If you're watching this on YouTube, you'll have no idea that I just had to vamp for 10 minutes while this thing reloaded. Okay, son of a bitch. Warmed up, and is ForeFlight gonna work? Don't let me down, technology. I'm gonna go into flights and grab the actual flight that I used. We'll send that to maps. How many drinks did you have while your live flight was streaming? I did not have a single drink. I actually sat there with chat the whole time, and I was very engaged, I promise. It's important for me to watch and pay attention to that whole thing. That is what I've done for my entire flight training. I have sat down and watched every flight beginning to end, and it's been extremely useful to me to be able to break it down like that. And here is the real world scratch pad. Information mic, apparently. That's where I got. You can see where I had my change of heart with the departure there. Connect here.
Connected to.
You were probably fine. It was just probably winds aloft or something. I was trying to point you more or less down the specific path we have guys follow when traversing John Wayne. That's all.
Arriving and departing runway 20 left. 20 right. Visual approach.
Oh no, you were perfectly fine. If you hear us ever go 10 degrees left or right or 20 degrees left or right, it's either for spacing for traffic ahead of you, and we forgot what heading we gave you, or it's just us wanting to correct your ground track a little bit.
Advise on initial contact. You have information.
Yeah, there was a 17 knots crossing middle lap too.
Roger.
Information November.
San Diego delivery, good evening Delta. This is number for free fighter Yankee IFR to John Wayne, ready to copy.
Alright. Whoops. 185. Okay. Let's get the clearance here. What was the
435 Air Yankee, Limburg clearance. You're clear to the John Wayne Airport. On departure, fly heading 310. Expect radar vectors Oceanside, then as filed. Maintain 2,000. Expect 6,000. 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 119.6. Squawk 5445.
Butts.
Okay, so we're clear to John Wayne, Asia heading of 310. Then radar vectors to Oceanside. Asia altitude 2,000. Expect 6,000. Departure frequency 119.6. Squawk 5445. Number 439 Yankee.
Number 435 Niner Yankee, read back correct.
Join clearance, Cherokee 83364, VFR departure request. JP, what up, dude? Nope.
Cherokee 83364, gentlemen clearance.
Join clearance, Cherokee 83364, PA28 slant uniform. Flight following to Agua Dulce, Lima 70, 4,500 via the special flight rules transition, please.
Number 83364, roger. On departure, fly heading, we'll make it fly heading 240, maintain VFR below 2,400, departure frequency 128.1, squawk 4051.
4051. On departure, that's right, heading 240 out of below 2,400, departure frequency 28.1, squawking 4051, Cherokee 83364.
Cherokee 83364, read back correct.
Awesome. Let's go over to ground now, and we'll get the tower in here as well. So JP just did a nice debrief of the real world flight. And
Number 301 November Pampa, taxi to parking via Charlie.
One of my favorite pastimes,
and
which is
pass for the,
debriefing
Cat 11. Just keep in mind the things we talked about in the air there with you flying underneath the Bravo.
So do the flight in the real world, come back in the sim,
I've learned a lot.
and do it again.
301 November Papa.
And be amazed at how cool
Yep, no
it
worries.
is
You were
to do
legal
it
the
in
whole
simulator.
time, and that's why you passed. But there was definitely a better way to do that by flying underneath the Bravo until you were just a few miles north of Mission Bay.
Yep, I've got it. Thank you so much.
Clear to the right.
Have a good night.
Clear to the left. Giant Ground Cherokee 83364, Jace parking taxi tower run up.
Cherokee 83364, John Wayne Tower.
Crap.
Runway 20 right at Kilo, taxi via Bravo Kilo, and verify squawking load C.
Bravo Kilo 20 right, and we are going to verify that transponder here in just a moment. Cherokee 364.
Squawk 1718 Golf, turn left heading 270. It's going to be vectors to join the Santa Monica 125 radial.
Okay, left to 270, and we're going to join the 125 radial. 171 Golf.
Me too. Me too,
John
man.
Wayne Tower, set 7203.
We have to get our little group flight going.
Skyhawk 73103, John Wayne
Look
Tower.
at Finbar's
where are you parking, sir?
tire paint. It's just ridiculous.
We're parking at the Arsenal, 73103.
You're parking where?
This is so awesome.
The SBO.
Alright, there's a lot of them here at John Wayne. Anyone in particular, or are you just going to taxi straight ahead?
I'd like to taxi Juliet to Bravo, down Bravo to, on the taxi chart it shows the FBO facility.
Alright, is it ACI Jet West you're going to, or do you know the specific facility name?
I don't know the airport, just says FBO facilities on the, it would be the west side, yeah, ACI Jet, or whatever.
ECI
Doc
West.
103, roger. Hold position for now. I've got traffic taxiing northbound on Bravo.
Alright, I'll hold position for now, 73103.
Where's he off? Is he on Juliet? Yeah, I think he's on Juliet there. John Ground Cherokee 83364. We're going to be off at the tower run up. We can give way to that traffic on the right side of the taxiway.
Cherokee 83364, roger. Thank you for letting me know. And number 73103. Taxi to parking via Bravo and just give way to a Cherokee. He's going to be
just like the real flight. How funny is that?
A little bit to your south.
All right, taxi on Bravo and keep an eye out for the Cherokee 7300.
Yeah,
I love it when
pull up into the run-up area now.
Pilot Edge does that. Move. All right, so we'll do.
Our 1718 Golf on that heading. Join the Santa Monica 125 radial to Santa Monica. Resume on navigation.
He's not going to go.
Join the Santa Monica 125 radial to Santa Monica. Resume on navigation. 1718 Golf.
Go ahead.
Ontario clearance. Good evening. So Captain November 25 Alpha Victor. With information Echo IFR to Oxnard.
So we'll do a little run up. Put our flight plan into the GPS. Got a couple of radials to do. We're taking the special flight rules transition northbound. Okay, we get a stop there. Okay, we got.
Our 25 Alpha Victor, Ontario clearance. Clearance request standby, and it's going to be a full route clearance.
Can't do that in a real Piper, but there's that.
Right.
That's enriching the mixture a little bit. Not going to cycle the prop either. We're just going to go fixed pitch style. Good. Check idle. Do you always request flight following first when talking to clearance? 7-4, yes, I do. Yeah, and especially at a John Wayne, you basically need to depart under flight following technically because it's a Charlie. So yeah, you would start with flight following, and if you didn't want flight following, you would basically have to request that and get dropped off. But I do not fly anywhere without flight following. So there's.
Our 25 Alpha Victor, clear to the Oxnard Airport.
I ask for it every time.
Expect radar vectors Paradise, Victor 197, Pomona, Victor 264, It's Me, spelled India, Tango, Sierra, Mike, Echo.
And then we're gonna go land.
Victor 186.
I don't really need to put this into
Fillmore, direct.
The GPS.
Maintain 4,000. Expect 8,000. 10 minutes after departure.
Simple VFR
departure
flight.
Frequency 135.4. Squawk 3540.
There it is. Anyway, the Santa Monica VOR is
clear to Oxnard on departure fly. Runway heading. Radar vector to Paradise. Victor 196. Pomona, Victor 264.
That's in there, and it is the 132 radial, so get the reciprocal of that.
Fillmore in a direct. 4,000, expect 8,010 minutes after departure, frequency 135.4, and squawk 3540 for 25 Alpha.
TVM 5 Alpha Victor, so close, sir. It's after Paradise, Victor 197. Victor 197 to Pomona. Rest of readback was correct.
Okay, thank you.
I'm going to delete these. I feel like they're gonna get in our way, so we're just gonna get rid of them.
900 Hotel. Advise you have the weather and NOTAMs for 29 Palms, and do you have any approach requests this evening? Roger, you wanted to cancel now? 900 Hotel, Roger. IFR cancellation received, and just maintain VFR.
Joint ground, Cherokee 83364, continue.
Cherokee 83364, on a 20 right at Kilo, taxi via Bravo Kilo.
Bravo Kilo 20 right, Cherokee 364. Let's see here. Clear to the right, cleared to the left. Okay, we're good. I know you really know what you're doing with X-Plane. I really need your help. Just bought a plane from X Aviation and thought. Oh, and through Gizmo it said this machine is registered to a different user. Can you help?
Scott K13 Whiskey X-Ray John Wayne clearance.
Weird.
Clear to the John Wayne Airport on departure flight.
I am not that great with X Aviation. I've only purchased the one plane on there.
Departure
did you try sending them an email? I know they've got a good reputation on getting back to people like that. Maybe check in with them and see what they might be able to find out on their end.
Squawk 5332, 813 Whiskey X-Ray.
Skyhawk 813 Whiskey X-Ray, readback correct?
I'm going to make this a little bit easier too. flight plan.
Squawk 813 Whiskey X-ray. This is for the I-1, by the way.
Thank you, sir.
VPLH.
John Wing, clearance Pilatus November 77, Mike IFR to Carlsbad for altitude rating.
Our 77 Hotel Mike, John Wayne clearance, clear to the Palomar.
Yeah, I'd give them a shout, Fisker. That's probably your best bet.
Join Victor 25, keep passive, then it's filed. Maintain 5,000, expect 7,000, 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 128.1, squawk 7360.
Clear to Palomar, heading 175, Victor 25, then Pacific as filed. Expect 5,000, altitude 5,000, expect 7,000, 128.107360.
Once we get to Agua Dulce, I will replay
read that correct and stand by just 1 second for me.
as well. Alright, let's go here. Whoops.
And 920 Hotel radar services terminated, squawk and maintained, VFR, frequency change approved. Have a good night.
8-1, ready to go. Jowing Tower, Cherokee 83364, holding short 20 right at Kilo.
Cherokee 83364, John Wayne Tower, 20 right at Kilo, clear for takeoff, wind 2504.
Clear for takeoff 20 right at Kilo, Cherokee 83364.
Number 77 Hotel Mike, what's your equipment suffix for that Pilatus? I don't think you filed the correct equipment suffix.
Camera, action.
Charlie 12.
Yeah, that's the aircraft type. What about your equipment, your navigation equipment code though?
Charlie.
Okay, Charlie indicates that you're low-RAN capable. The low-RAN system was shut down about 20 or 30 years ago, so what's your equipment suffix?
Oh boy. Alright. Yoke full back on this little crease right there.
Let me... Pull up.
Pull up.
Aussie Aviator, welcome aboard. Thank you so much for following. Coming up. Bob's coming back. Really turn out over Lion Air. 240 heading. New flight sim streamer. Nice, man. Streaming for 12 days. Awesome. Well, welcome to the community, man. Okay. There is right 240.
John Wayne Ground, Skyhawk 813 Whiskey X-ray at East Central Transient Parking.
Alright, how many people are
313 Whiskey X-ray, John Wayne
left
Ground,
over
20 left at
from
Kilo,
the
taxi via
debrief
Alpha Hotel, Charlie and Kilo.
Anybody catch the real world
taxi
footage?
Via Alpha, Charlie, Kilo, 813 Whiskey X-ray.
813 Whiskey X-ray, it's runway 20 left at Kilo, taxi via Alpha Hotel, Charlie, Kilo.
Runway 20 left at Kilo, taxi via Alpha Hotel, Charlie, Kilo, 813 Whiskey X-ray.
Alright, we're going up to 4,400, but we are restricted 2,400 on our departure. Chaos still here, nice. Looks pretty crazy though, doesn't it? Oh yeah, BC. So,
Number 117 Juliet Papa contact, Salt Lake.
We're in V plane, and it is, the same views pretty much. It does not get old, man.
Cherokee 83364, radar contact, stay altitude.
Climbing through 2,300, Cherokee 8364.
Thank you, sir. Cherokee 83364, contact SoCal departure 128.1.
28-1, Cherokee 364, see ya.
1718 Golf, contact SoCal approach 134.9er.
Switched.
134.9er, 171 Golf.
So SoCal approach, Cherokee 83364, 2300 restricted, 2400.
Cherokee 83364, SoCal departure, roger. Resume on navigation, maintain appropriate VFR altitudes.
ONAV and altitude is Cherokee 364, thanks.
And let me know when you're ready to terminate radar services for the special flight rules area.
Okay, we'll plan around Long Beach Harbor, Cherokee 364.
Thanks, just let me know if you don't hear from me.
Okay, we'll do Cherokee 364. Cool, awesome. Yeah, so cool Camaro, BC. Let me know what you guys think. If you haven't, I haven't really done one of these in a while, the debrief ones. I think the Flaybob one kind of counted, I guess, but...
Who's that calling?
1718 Golf. I'm not thinking
let me know if you have any thoughts on the
try him again.
differences
definitely SoCal
or similarities or
134.9er.
anything. Again, this is one of my favorite things to do. Alright, we're going to climb out at the shoreline. We'll turn to the harbor. Beach pier. So this will be significantly faster in this plane versus the Archer, but arrows are still not super fast, so it won't be that noticeable in terms of how quickly things happen. But once we're in cruise, we'll be cruising a little bit more. Yeah, that's the zoom level 18. It looks particularly nice in some spots. Long Beach Harbor looks really good. So once we get over
aircraft calling, say again.
Once we get over Long Beach, we'll look down a little bit.
You're at Palm Springs, sir. I have a flight plan for you from Thermal to Santa Barbara.
Lights coming off that we don't need.
Yeah, that's a Thermal airport. The Palm Springs airport's up the valley northwest of you there. It's actually a Class Delta powered airport. You're cleared to the Santa Barbara airport as filed. Maintain 12000, departure frequency 126.1, squawk 1734.
Bar is
here, Charlie Golf, Echo Bravo Sierra. Reback correct. One amendment to myself there, though. It's on departure frequency 126.7. Okay, here, Charlie Golf, Echo Bravo Sierra. Reback correct. Hold for release. How long is your for departure? Roger, thank you. Call me number 1 at the end of the runway, ready to go.
Look at how dirty he made it. It's so awesome. How's the undercarriage look? Super dirty. Look at it is aged to perfection. The paint job on the plane in the real world is so bad.
20 left at Kilo for departure IFR.
That's great.
Number 813 Whiskey X-Ray, John Wayne Tower, runway 20 left at Kilo, clear for takeoff. Wind,
good shot of
2504.
Nice crisp ortho.
Clear for 20 left at Kilo for takeoff. We will 2504. 813 Whiskey X-Ray.
That shot. So we're coming up on CDI is on GPS and not VLOC. So the radial we're looking for is the 132. So there's a reciprocal 312, and we'll just wait for that to come in. We'll cancel the flight following, basically over the harbor here, and we'll come inbound and make all of our calls all the way to Santa Monica. And I think it was 28.7 5 that we used after getting passed around to a million different frequencies. So I'll use that one again. Learned that. Kind of generic, but perfectly serviceable downtown Long Beach. What's up, Keg? Happy Tuesday. Happy trash day. This is the non-Orbix SoCal, and I absolutely love it. So I haven't seen anything yet on the Orbix that makes me want to get rid of the ortho senior stuff that I put together. So far, doesn't mean that it won't be something that looks pretty enticing. I just don't fly around downtown LA enough to really care about those buildings being there or not. So that's not a huge,
Whiskey X-ray, SoCal departure, radar contact, climb maintain 3000.
Climb maintain 3000.
Happy trash day. Port of Long Beach, it's flat. Obviously, we don't have all the containers there, but at certain angles, it looks crazy. It looks so good. Let's see if we can catch one of these zoom level 18 shots. Not going any faster than Cherokee is. Back that a little bit, see if we can eke out a little bit more.
K13 Whiskey X-ray, turn right heading 350, vectors out, 20 right, final approach course.
More top-down view looks pretty good.
Turn right, vector 350, sequences Whiskey X-ray, and set vectors to the final approach.
Yeah, from events vectors to the house, runway 20 right, final approach course.
Vectors to 20 right for the final approach course, thank you. 23813 Whiskey X-ray.
Lima ground, good as Delta, this is number 435 United Yankee. We're in the general aviation parking, ready to taxi.
Alright, let's, once we get a break here in the action, we'll switch off flight phone.
Number 4359er Yankee, Limburg ground, runway 27, taxi via Charlie.
27 via Charlie, number 435 United Yankee.
SoCal approach, Cherokee 83364, we'll cancel here.
83364, roger. No traffic observed ahead of you, radar services terminated, squawk and maintain VFR, fixed exchange route.
Fixed exchange approved, Cherokee 83364, see you on the other side. Chris, have a good one. My pleasure, man. Thanks for all the support.
Foxtrot call, you can contact Dunway Tower 126.8. Good day. 126.8, see ya.
So 12855. Chris, thanks again for all the support and for hanging out. Hope you enjoyed it. We're going to squawk 1201 and enter. And now we're good to go. We're still over the port. Special flight rules traffic, Cherokee 83364, 4500 northbound over Port of Long Beach. Special flight rules. We are, yep, the ubiquitous special flight rules transition. I feel like I've done this so many times lately on the sim, but we're debriefing the real world flight. Goose, so it was great. Such a fun flight. once we get to Agua Dulce, whatever, I will show you the real footage going in there and my terrible landing with 18 knot gusts. It was nice and sporty going in there, but it was a fun approach. I never run into anyone else transitioning at the same time. It's fun. The most I've had in the real world is 5 planes, but it was absolutely not a peep this weekend. Like, eerily quiet. Anywhere. I saw 5 planes the entire day in the air. It's unreal. Special Flight Rules transition, Cherokee 83364, 4500 northbound at Beam Torrance. Special Flight Rules. We're almost on the radial. Once that is fully up and down, I'll be able to make that turn. I mean, I can make the turn down. The robot that gave you the weather said Dulce. Yeah, it's Dulce, I think is what I've heard. Yeah, coronavirus and it was Mother's Day, so not too many planes just flying around. It was a combination of the both. But, I mean, going through this airspace that we're going to go through with Burbank and everything, that's usually just a madhouse, those frequencies. And I had to ask for an altimeter setting at one point just to make sure that the radios were working. It was a bit breezy. Yeah, it was... When I got the weather going into Agua Dulce, it was 12 gusting 18. And that was exciting. It was really spooky, man. It just absolutely no planes. It gives you chills thinking about it just because it's so friggin' busy all the time. And if you're flying over Burbank, Van Nuys, and even if you're IFR, but if you're a VFR guy even with flight following, I mean, it's just non-stop talking and airspace and move over here and go to this altitude, and there's a Falcon departing Van Nuys, and there's a Southwest flight coming into Burbank. It's non-stop. So for it to just be so quiet that I thought my radios had died is very weird. Dulce, I think. Yeah, Dulce. I only asked because I looked up a YouTube video and they said Dulce. Yeah, I think probably Dulce is more like a Spanish pronunciation than Dulce, but I think the non-pedantic jivey way to say it would be Dulce. Special Flight Rules traffic, Cherokee 83364, 4500 northbound over the 405 Hawthorne Interchange. Special Flight Rules. And now that Julie and I got our first flight out of the way, I can start IFR. I don't know what I'm worried about. No one lives there in Pilot. Digital natives would not be insulted, but it is good to know what the actual pronunciation is. I actually watched like a real estate commercial that some guy made like 8 years ago, and we kind of confirmed what it was before we left. But yeah, watching a couple of videos before going into an airport like that definitely helps. I don't know if it really makes any sense. If somebody knows you're from out of town, they might treat you, they might give you a wider berth. If you say Camarillo, they're gonna know that you're not from around there, so they might, not get in your way. Special Flight Rules traffic, Cherokee 83364, 4500 northbound approaching Imperial Highway. Special Flight Rules. Right on that radio. I have some guy complaining about businesses shutting down in the town, going to shit or something. Been AFK for a few, but are you running the True Earth XP or Still Ortho Eyes? Yeah, I was kind of chatted about that a little bit, and I'll bring it back up once we get over these mountains here. There's nothing about my scenery that makes me want to get True Earth, at least in the basin here. Special Flight Rules Traffic, Cherokee 83364, 4,500 approaching LAX North Complex. Special Flight Rules. Just don't say Dolce. People up here get a bit testy when it gets mispronounced. I say Dolce because that's how it would be pronounced in Italian. I think it sounds cooler. Digital, what's happening? Hardly really though. Oh, thought of that, but now I know how to tell out-of-towners in Camarillo. Yeah, if they say Camarillo, look out. Yeah, it is. That's way more. I feel like you should be more offended at Camarillo than Agua Dolce. What's up, Scotty? Always love watching your streams. Looking forward to the IRL segment. 18 knot gusts. Yeah, it was pretty. We just did the whole flight earlier today, so this is like the debrief, the sim debrief part. But I will go over the highlights of the real world flight and kind of talk about it a little bit more. Special Flight Rules Traffic, Cherokee 83364, 4,500 northbound over Bologna Creek. Special Flight Rules. But welcome, Scotty. Glad you could join tonight. And I think it was 2875. I think that's what it was. Not that I care, but we do have some grumpy folk. No, it's always when someone mispronounces your hometown. Special Flight Rules Transition Cherokee 83364, 4,500 northbound, approaching Santa Monica Airport. Last call, departing to the north. Special Flight Rules. Let's see if we hear anybody here. So let's do 128.5. That's a published one. It was not the right one in the real world. SoCal approach, Cherokee 83364, 4,500 northbound over Santa Monica. This is exactly what happened in the real world. 2409. SoCal approach, Cherokee 83364, 4,500 northbound over Santa Monica. Charlie, really quick. 24.9. No one's on there. SoCal approach, Cherokee 83364. Still back to pilot edge. Yes. This is pretty funny. 24.3. We'll try that. 24.3. SoCal approach, Cherokee 83364. Yeah, I'm gonna have to circle like right into the Charlie.
Number 813 Whiskey X-ray SoCal approach. How do you read?
There we go. Cool Camaro.
813 Whiskey X-ray.
Thanks so much, man.
Caught the localizer between Snake and Hukem. 813 Whiskey X-ray.
Yes, sir. I was just doing a radio check. How do you read?
I read clear. 813 Whiskey X-ray.
Thank you. Number 83364, I believe you were calling SoCal.
Affirmative, we got you loud and clear now. Cherokee 83364, 4,500, a few miles north of Santa Monica. Looking to get flight following northbound to Agua Dulce at 5,500.
Number 83364, squawk 4157 at
4157 is 364. That.
Charlie Golf Echo Bravo Sierra, SoCal, are you with me?
I did on the same one.
Charlie Golf Echo Bravo Sierra.
Charlie Golf Echo Bravo Sierra, SoCal, recycle your transponder, please.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
Number 83364, radar contact 10 miles south of Van 9 VORS, 4,500, the Burbank altimeter 2996.
2996, Cherokee 83364, and request climb to 5,500.
Number 83364, just maintain appropriate VFR altitudes.
Wilco, Cherokee 364.
Skyhawk 813 Whiskey X-ray, contact John Wayne Tower 126.8.
John Wayne Tower.
That was weird, wasn't it?
3 Whiskey X-ray.
Charlie Golf, Echo Bravo Sierra, okay, we're looking like we have a slight issue with your transponder equipment. Can you try going back to squawk code 1200, squawk VFR, and then return to 1734?
Yeah, look at these orthos. Look at that.
1200, then 1734. Is it showing 5 digits?
You know, and I stay in the basin, so I'm flying around with this scenery
Okay, Roger, just
all
give me
the
a call
time.
back.
And it's super good.
John Wayne Tower.
I would be giving up some fidelity with True Earth, and it's already done.
X-ray, John Wayne Tower.
That's
wind 2504, runway 20
Orbex
right
is
for the
great
land.
if you're piecing it together. Fact Pilot, welcome
Traffic. Whiskey X-ray.
Traffic.
Santa Maria Tower, Cherokee 8157, Charlie, 10 miles southeast, information
So if you're
zero,
starting from scratch, you don't have any scenery in here, and you want something that's good and turnkey,
Cherokee 8157, Charlie, Santa Maria Tower, make sure runway 30, report 3 mile final.
Straight in, runway 30, and report 3 mile final, 57 Charlie.
Or maybe as good. As good or better. So, you know, putting in more money into the scenery. You know, this is already.
Number 83364, change to my frequency 134.2.
1342, Cherokee 364. SoCal approach, Cherokee 83364, 5,000, climbing 5,500.
Number 83364, SoCal departure, roger.
This is the beautiful San Fernando Valley.
John Wayne clearance, November 37903 Whiskey at the West Ramp, IFR to John Wayne with information November.
37903 Whiskey, John Wayne clearance, press Alpha, standby.
I'm looking at because those mountains look. That's free ortho right there. Just looking beautiful. I have like 260
120 Papa,
gigs
Camera ground, go ahead.
BC. So not like, you know, an unmanageable amount.
At the east ramp, request flight following at 5,500.
I have a terabyte SSD dedicated to just all of the stuff.
System 110,
oh, Fact Pilot, it's West Coast, Los Angeles.
124.7, squawk 565 tree.
1120 Papa, say again, please.
You know, I've flown this so many times in the sim, but after doing it in the real world, you know, I noticed things that I noticed in the sim, but just didn't really care about, like this reservoir right there. Like I remember seeing that from the sky and looking down at it. You know,
November 1120 Papa, just go ahead with the read back again.
Just notice that.
I was requesting to
pretty funny the different perspective you get after doing a flight in the real world and then coming back and doing it.
November 1120 Papa, no problem. Departure frequency will be the Point Magoo approach 124.7, squawk 565 tree.
Also, I went a lot wider on Sunday around these mountains than I probably will in the sim here. It just looks a little bit higher than they are, and I have 1,500 feet of spacing, but I took it out more towards the Pinhole Pass.
Runway 26 left, active Sierra Whiskey.
Ortho's a lot of work, but looks good. If you want something close, but just turnkey, True Earth. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. You guys have part 141 is great. Hopefully follow this part rather than part 161. Well, I did 161.
Charlie Golf, Echo, Bravo Sierra.
Much prefer
it looks like
that scenario.
More issues with my transponder. I'm gonna log off for the night and try and fix it and try it again another night. King and Charlie Golf, Echo, Bravo Sierra. Roger. Sorry about that, and have a good night, and hope to see you soon. Roger, you as well. Thanks again.
Santa Maria Tower, Cherokee, 8157 Charlie, 3 mile final.
I wouldn't say it's slow.
November 18 Golf, contact Maria Tower, 128.2.
Yep.
128.2, 171 Golf.
Number 57 Charlie, runway 30 for the land.
Clear to land, runway 3057 Charlie.
Still waiting at Agua Dulce. Nice.
Are you ground setting at 1120?
Alright, we're in White Lakes.
1120 Pop, runway 26, taxi via Foxtrot Alpha.
Runway 26 via Foxtrot Alpha and at 1120 Papa.
So 22.8.
Have a 379er Whiskey, John Wayne clearance. 379er Whiskey. Cessna 93 Whiskey, clear to John Wayne Airport via flighting 230, radar vector seal.
Truth is nice for the buildings. They even have the Chang Casino. That's awesome. That is. But for those like the singular buildings, like unless you're flying in that area all the time, you may only see it a few times. So is it worth everything else for just those few buildings? That's kind of what I think. Like I don't ever fly around LA, like downtown. So like, what do I care if the U.S. Bank buildings there? I'm never going to see it anyway. So that's, and I'm not saying that that is like the right way to look at it at all. It's just my justification for not getting it essentially. Wait, like, are you really less than 10 minutes? Man, I wish I would have known that. Would have been cool. Kiro, does anyone know?
Number 813 Whiskey X-ray cross runway 20 left at Juliet. Right on Charlie.
I got the plug-in from Steam on the Jetways one.
Cross runway 20 left at Juliet. Taxi Charlie Hotel Alpha. Remain on this frequency. November 3 Whiskey X-ray.
Number 57 Juliet, exit right, taxi park via Alpha. Remain this frequency. Good night.
Kiro, I won't be able to help you on that. I'm not sure, but hopefully somebody will be able to. SoCal approach, Cherokee 83364. I'd like to cancel flight follow.
November 57 Charlie, taxi to park via Alpha. Remain this frequency. Good night.
On this frequency via Alpha. Good night. Thank you.
The aircraft looking to cancel is at Cherokee 364?
Affirmative, sir. Cherokee 83364. We got Agua Dulce in sight.
Service terminated. Squawk VFR. Change to advisory frequency. Approved. Have a wonderful night.
Squawk in VFR. Change to advisory frequency. Cherokee 83364. Have a great night.
Number 813 Whiskey X-ray. That's an I-1 pass. Congratulations.
Agua Dulce traffic, Cherokee 83364, 10 miles to the west, full stop, land, running, runway 22, Agua Dulce. 5 clicks on the radio, Mike, you get your automated weather, and that's where I was hit with the news that the winds were 1-2, gusting 1-8. Good Lord. And we talked about, you know, if it didn't feel right, we were going to not push it. And felt like it was okay. That would have been cool, White Lake. We'll definitely be up there again because we had such a great time flying up there. So we'll be up in that area again soon. It was very, very fun. Okay, lights are coming on. Let's go. Fuel pump is on. I'm going to switch to the fullest tank, which is going to be right at this point. Switching to the right. To the left. It is 3660 is the pattern altitude. Dulce. 7-4, absolutely, man. That is on the short list of airports to go to in the next couple of weeks. With the 360 camera, that would look pretty awesome. I agree. Agua Dulce traffic, Cherokee 83364, 5 miles to the west, turning right downwind, runway 22, full stop, Agua Dulce. This was baked from the old stuff, White Lake. It's not the latest one. I probably would have made it look even better, but yeah, it's the regular ortho. The airport model that they did here, and I believe this is a GPB scenery one, is
1 mile final runway 04.
Almost spot on, except for some of the surrounding terrain. It's missing some elevation towards the west end of the runway there. Agua Dulce traffic, Cherokee 83364, right downwind, runway 22.
Traffic.
Traffic, so aggressive. All right, let's go. Make sure we'll put that full rich. Props full forward. I'm just gonna get this thing configured early here. There's tons of trim. Agua Dulce traffic, Cherokee 83364 midfield, right downwind, runway 22, Agua Dulce. First bunch of flaps in here. And afterwards, I'll get the real world landing in here. Agua Dulce traffic, Cherokee 83364, turning right base, runway 22,
400
full
feet
stop,
below.
Agua Dulce. Agua Dulce traffic, Cherokee 364, final 22, full stop, Agua Dulce. That is a piloted drone, so we're gonna just pretend like that guy is not there, because he's not gonna be in a second. That was a little bit better landing than I had in the real world. And this is, yeah, this place is popping. And this is a much harder plane to land than the real Cherokee. Agua Dulce traffic, Cherokee 364, right turn off runway 22, Agua Dulce.
Butter.
Yeah. That was some nice hover work too.
Oh, that wasn't me. That was the AI.
The helicopter?
Yeah, I'm on the ground.
Oh. Nice. Okay, so we'll pause this just so it's not yelling. And then is this going to break my computer? I hope this doesn't break the computer. Fingers crossed. Premier's like, dude, are you kidding me? I'm not going to start. You got a freaking simulator running. I'm not about to. Taylor Mock, when flying today near Houston in an Archer, did some touch and goes. That's freaking cool, dude. It is crazy how quiet it is. I know, it's really insane. All right, so apparently it's not booting up what I want it to. So this is going to be kind of loud. So I want to do this. Is that working? Okay, yeah, that works. Yeah, sorry. Sorry, everyone's ears. I apologize. All right, fast forward. Here we go. Over LAX. This is all cut into the video with the cockpit audio and cockpit video, so it looks a little bit disjointed and like it's wobbling all over the place. And here we come. This is where I find out that the winds are crazy. There's Agua Dulce right under the wheel there. And this is way less cool without the audio. All right, first notch of flaps are in. The base. Winds are really tossing around up here right over the tops of those hills. And then I kept it a little bit high just in case it was looking like it was going to be a go around. And I peek at the windsock here, and I've got a left quartering headwind right here, crosswind I should say. A little bit high, so here's a slip. So I dip the wing into the wind, and then you can see the This is great to debrief here. So you can see the windsock down here. I don't know if you're seeing. Oh yeah, you see my mouse. Okay, that's cool. The white on the tires is for a landing competition. This was used for a little while back. So the windsock right there, I'll move it back a little bit, and you can kind of see right here how it's dancing around a little bit, but it's coming from the left right there. And now it's actually coming from the right there. So you can see it's dancing around here, and it's a little bit hard to see, but as I was coming on the downwind, or on the base turn, it was coming from the left here, per this windsock. So I'm trying to keep it on the right, keep it on the left side of the runway, because the crosswind's going to start taking me over to the right-hand side. So as I'm coming down, still a little bit high, but I'm like basically full idle here. Coming down, now the wind's changed from the other direction. So now I'm getting pushed over to the right side, or sorry, to the left side. And there's the touchdown. And you can see as we go, if we go by this windsock, you can see now, see how much of a right crosswind we have now, and that pushed me over to the left side. So that was not super stoked about that. And then off at taxiway, but you can see how good the scenery is, and there's a little bit of a rise here in the clubhouse with the gate, but it's all in the right spot compared to what the sim is showing. And then we've got the cockpit portion, which will be, you can hear what was going on a little bit better. Yeah, it was gusting pretty good.
A little bit, so it's a little bit of a left.
The camera that's on the wing is a Insta360 1X.
Agua Dulce traffic, Cherokee final 22, Agua Dulce. Okay, right rudder.
So there's the slip on the other side.
Come on, get down. I owe Brad $5 for sure.
Nice job.
Yeah, that was the crosswind.
Julia is just
switched
so nice.
from a left
Nice
quartering
job.
to a right quartering. Agua Dulce traffic, Cherokee 3364, right turn off of 22, Agua Dulce.
All right, we can skip ahead to the departure. This was a fun takeoff out of here, and I'll show the cockpit and then the outside one as well. But again, this is a little bit better when they're intercut.
Look how long this freaking runway is.
I know. It's
Okay.
crazy.
Super crazy. All right, here we go.
4,600 feet.
Okay.
Full power. Everything is in the green. Airspeed is alive.
And with that headwind, we took off so quick, and I had so much altitude to play with, so I just kind of kept it low. Waved at our friends in the hangar.
Wave to the guys.
Okay, and we're up.
All right, and then the 360 footage of the same thing is going to be on this one, I think. Yep. I'll hit the audio. There we go. Pretty happy with how the camera shots turned out on this takeoff. I think that looks pretty sweet. Kind of keep it in ground effect a little bit. Start hauling ass. Rock the wings. yank it up. I like this departure on a runway like this too, especially when there's like noise abatement stuff, because you get going super fast, and instead of, you know, climbing up at a normal speed at the departure end, you know, I'm already up way higher than, you know, I would normally be if I didn't let the thing speed up. At least that's my justification for doing it. I mounted the camera on the tie down. Yeah, no, it's not a suction. It's a, what the hell do they call it? I can't remember. Then we can fast forward, going down, zoom level a gazillion through the valley. We're going to come up to that. There's that reservoir I spotted earlier. And there's Van Nuys. And there's the pass, Getty. What the hell do they... who made that? I can't... I'll think of it. If you're on the Discord, which this is a good time to plug that. If you're in the Discord, I will find out what mount that is, but it goes into the tie down and it's super sturdy. I kind of jury-rigged a little like tether, like a backup tether for it as well, to make sure it doesn't go anywhere. But it's a typical one. I mean, I could find it pretty quickly. I just don't recall at the top of my head. I'm gonna do one little lap here, just to get the departure in the sim as well. Agua Dulce, traffic, Cherokee 364, taxi, runway 22. Am I not going to be able to? So there's some elevation, like some really minor elevation changes that the sim is not capturing here. Like each one of these hangars has a slight elevation change and gradient on those driveways. The zoom level and the ortho that I have in the basin is zoom level 18. What'd you say? Just gotta snap the tie downs off.
A little taxi by with showing off my Skyhawk there.
Oh yeah. Did you see my my aileron? My control surface is moving.
Oh yeah.
All right, so we'll do the same departure, and we'll come back down and land it.
Happy trash day.
Happy trash day. Amazing quality out of the 360 camera. Let's see, was that all on one charge, or did you replace the battery after landing? So it was all on one charge, and I charged it with a battery pack after landing. So landed, and I hooked the battery pack up to it while we were having lunch, and just left it there. So I recharged the same battery, but it has like an hour and 20 minutes on one battery, shooting 5K 360 degrees, and it's like an hour and 20 minutes. It's insane, and it's super versatile. So I don't have to set one shot, one camera, and I've got, out the wing, looking at the gear, straight forward, back, and everything in between. Agua Dulce traffic, Cherokee 83364, departing runway 22, right, close traffic. Agua Dulce. Lights, Camera action. Thanks, homie. I appreciate it, man. Thanks for watching the full debrief as well, homie, or at least a lot of it. It's cool to be able to share those flights with you guys. So I'm glad you enjoyed it. So this thing will probably not take off exactly at the same distance as the Archer. It's a little heavier. There's 55. Say traffic, Cherokee 364, right crosswind 22, Abadose.
Traffic.
Right in front of us, apparently, somewhere. What happens to the Cessna that you were flying a lot? That's for training. So I'll be flying that IFR quite a bit. This is just like for Julia and I to go do fun little flights. So we'll still be flying the Cessna, but it's just going to be more for the IFR stuff. Agadose traffic, Cherokee, right downwind, runway 22, Agadose. Simedge, I appreciate it. Thank you. I kept the pattern pretty tight. This is
traffic.
Traffic. Aguadulce traffic, Cherokee 364, turning right base, runway 22, full stop, Aguadulce. Yeah, man, the flying over LA traffic is the best. Would you still fly in that area if it was busy? Oh yeah, dude, I love flying here when it's busy. It's so fun. Aguadulce traffic, Cherokee 364, final runway 22, Aguadulce. Yeah, I mean, homie, that's what I'm used to flying in, is it being very busy. I've only flown twice with it being, you know, pandemic traffic levels, and I much more prefer it being busy. Aguadulce traffic, Cherokee, short final 22, Aguadulce. Yeah, I mean the part about you know, learning to fly in some place like this is the busyness is the norm. You know, the crazy frequencies with, you know, tons of pilots on it all the time, you know, and ATC talking a mile a minute. That's normal. This is weird. Being cleared, you know, being told to go direct Huntington Beach Pier while still in the LAX Bravo, that's weird. That's more uncomfortable than the busyness. Yeah, I actually have done the Lukla airport. It's pretty fun.
That was acceptable.
Apparently.
Don't mind me, I'm just sitting here on the ground stalking you.
You got the landing rate cards ready to go? JP, that is the Fly with Lua landing rate plugin. It is not very accurate in terms of what's an actually good landing, but it's kind of a fun little side game, I guess you could say. All right, I'm gonna try this. So we're going to be vacating the sim, and I'm gonna see if I can start up the give you the full shot, and maybe even show you my really bad landing in John Wayne. So I had this thing edited, and I was too busy today to get a chance to output it and everything, so I wasn't able to output it from Premiere, and I'm trying to start Premiere, but I think I'm having an issue right now that is preventing me from doing that, which is Premiere's hung up. I think that might be the case. All right, we're working. Here we go. It wasn't that bad. No, it wasn't that bad, but it did feel like it was bad. So one of the videos that I think I might do as a result of this flight, I don't know if I'm gonna post the entire down and back flight, so I'll probably cut it up. But the one thing that I think might be interesting to talk about is my feeling after landing. I did not feel good about that landing back at John Wayne. I was really disappointed that I didn't have a better landing. Going back and looking at the footage, though, I realized that it wasn't actually that bad. And there were some things about it that, breaking it down actually, felt I felt okay about. So this is the landing into Agua Dulce cut together.
5 miles to the west, entering a right downwind, 22 Agua Dulce. Okay, mixture, we're gonna pull that back a little bit. Yeah, the wind's picked up out here. Okay, so we've got fuel is on the fullest tank, fuel pump is on.
My bad.
Mixture is set, power is set. A rock formation over to your right there. 366. Yeah, so winds are 1-2 and gusting 1-8. They're right down the center of the runway, so we'll just see how it feels. And that's a pretty good size wind, but it's also right down the runway. But if it doesn't feel good, we'll get the hell out.
Okay, sounds good. Whoop, whoop.
Yeah, that's the gust factor right there. Agua Dulce traffic, Cherokee 83364, right downwind, 22, full stop, Agua Dulce. Okay, so there's our pattern altitude right there.
Sorry.
Okay, one more last check. We got lights, we got fuel pump on, we got mixture, everything looks good. Agua Dulce traffic, Cherokee.
Negative Ghost Rider, the pattern is
right
full.
Downwind, 22, Agua Dulce. Okay, get the first notch of flaps coming in. Can you grab these two?
Yep.
Agua Dulce traffic, Cherokee right base, 22, Agua Dulce.
Good.
Okay. Get the second notch coming in there.
Yo, all traffic in the area, please advise.
Well played.
There's that windsock is howling a little bit, so it's a little bit of a left quartering crosswind. Agua Dulce traffic, Cherokee final 22, Agua Dulce. So get the right rudder. Come on, get down. I owe Brad $5 for sure.
Nice job.
Yeah, that was the crosswind switched from a left quartering to a right quartering. Agua Dulce traffic, Cherokee 3364, right turn off of 22, Agua Dulce. Yeah, like the wind.
Okay, so there's the landing into Agua Dulce.
Left crosswind
now,
to a right crosswind.
Let me show you what happened going into John Wayne. There's a couple of things in particular about coming into John Wayne that, when it's busy, are tricky. And it hasn't been busy like we've been talking about lately. And we've been getting a lot of clearances to land on runway 20 right. So that's the big runway. But right when we were coming in was like a big rush of airliners coming in. So we got the amended entry from Huntington Beach Pier, which is at or above 1,300, crossing over the control tower, enter left traffic for 20 left. The pattern altitude on the left side is 850 feet. So when you're crossing over the field at 1,300 feet, you've got 450 feet higher than you're used to being on the other side. Typical traffic pattern is 1,000 feet most places. So if you're at midfield and you're at 1,300 feet, that's a lot higher. It's easy to get that altitude down. You can do a slip. You could, extend a little bit, which I don't like doing, because there's like no options leading up to John Wayne if anything happens. So what happened is I was following this diamond on the downwind. He kept it kind of tight, which ended up being okay. But then there was also a jet in between the two runways, and he was pulling out. So there's caution wake turbulence from an Embraer that just landed. There's being higher from crossing over midfield, and there's a jet in the middle. So we're having to be cautious of the jet blast. So that means coming at a steeper angle, a little bit longer. That, along with the overall being a little bit more cautious with my precious cargo in the right seat, I carry too much speed into the runway, or into the landing. I was probably about 10 knots faster than I needed to be. The Piper doesn't mind being faster compared to the 172. If you come in 10 knots faster in a 172, you might as well just go around, because you're probably not going to make it. The Piper doesn't mind it as much. So what I felt like happened is that I hit the runway and then bounced like a 172 4, 5, 6 feet up in the air, and then came back down. What actually happened when I went back and debriefed the footage is I came down, I barely touched, but since I was going faster, it didn't settle down. I barely touched the wheel, like that landing rate plugin would have been flashing butter. Barely touched it, and then kept the wheel like maybe 4 or 5 inches off the runway, and just kind of held it there, and then it finally settled in. But from my feeling inside the cockpit, it felt like I went like this, boom, boom, which is probably what a 172 would have done. But going back to debrief the footage, I was like, that wasn't too bad. I've done worse. So here is that.
Cherokee 364, your traffic follow is downwind now. They're approaching the freeway.
Traffic inside Cherokee 364.
364, number 2, follow that traffic. Runway choose your left, clear to land. Cottonwood turbulence, 0 2 mile plus.
Number 2, clear to land, 20 left, Cherokee 364.
So the Embraer is landing.
Cottonwood turbulence.
1 Delta Foxtrot. We're clear to the right.
Yeah, the Piper does not float like the 172 does. So as long as you're at the right speed, it'll plant nicely, which is why I love these planes so much. But I was 10 knots too fast, and it just
about 150 higher,
like skipping a rock.
So that is fine. We'll use that extra altitude to Get some spacing behind this diamond guy. Okay, we're gonna get a bunch of flaps in there. Shit. Mixture full. Okay, here's...
John Tower, Southwest 387, that's 20 right.
So 37, John Tower, 20 right, clear land.
Clear land, 20 right, Southwest 387.
Full notch there. Okay, so we should be okay on that wake turbulence.
Taxi back, 1 Delta Foxtrot.
Taxi back, 1 Delta Foxtrot.
1 Delta Foxtrot, runway 20 left, taxi Charlie Kilo.
20 left, via Charlie Kilo, 1 Delta Foxtrot.
Roger, 2937, turn up the Echo, contact ground, see ya.
Okay, so he's off the runway, we're good.
2937.
Speed 0 Juliet Foxtrot, runway 20 right, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, 20 right, 450 Juliet Foxtrot.
Skyline 3318, John White Tower, turn left Lima, hold short, runway 20 left.
Sorry,
Turn
mouse.
left on Lima, hold short, 20 left. Skyline 3318.
Last.
Showing ground horizon.
So we're clear of the jet blast there. A little bit high. There's the little smooch. And then look at it's just 4 inches. Especially that right wheel.
Southwest 1525.
Blew that one too.
Skyline 3318, I'm sorry, cross runway 20 left, hold short, runway 20 right.
It's the best runway, JP.
20 left, hold short, 20 right. Skyline 3318.
Cherokee 364, hold short, runway 20 right, remain this frequency.
Holding short 20 right, staying.
Now listen to my voice, my tone after that. I'm not happy.
Damn, that was terrible.
Skyline 3318, traffic 5 mile final, runway 20
And
right.
JP, that was
Clear for takeoff, 20 right. Skyline 3318.
Brad's Mustang, right?
Prior to your arrival, taking the runway now, runway 20 right, clear left. 37. Denver, 1 Delta Foxtrot, runway 20 left at Kilo, clear for takeoff.
20 left at Kilo, clear for takeoff, 1 Delta Foxtrot.
Zero Juliet Foxtrot, contact
Yeah.
SoCal departure as well.
I've never met him, but I know people that do know him, and seems like the nicest guy. Obviously, see his plane quite a bit.
Boing.
Do I make you nervous?
I need more landings in this stupid thing.
Tower Duke Tower.
That'd be awesome, man.
Duke 6 is Huntington Pier, coming in 1,000 full pad.
Are you gonna come back out here, JP?
Continue inbound pad 4.
All right, check out this view. This is such a cool John Wayne shot. That jet going by.
We might be here for a minute.
Yeah, he definitely is a legend. He is a legend.
A white legend. Hey, you're my buddy, white legend. Because I'm a white legend.
That was taken last year at Oshkosh. Pour one out for AirVenture this year. Was supposed to move to Reno a month ago, but may have to wait a year or two. Okay. But I'll do regular trips over as usual. Awesome, dude. Well, dude, JP, you have to let me know, like, way in advance, as soon as you know when you're going to come out here, because we've got to do something. That would be so much fun. And we're definitely going to do some Pilot Edge mayhem very soon. Well, thank you guys so much for joining me. This was a momentous occasion for... How about that? Is this going to look... my whole quarantine head is just... That's not too bad. All right. Like, my lighting is... I apologize if this is very offensive. Streaming in about an hour. Nice. I will do my best. I owe Julia some dinner, and it's almost 10. But I will definitely at least be lurking. But yeah, this was such a huge milestone for us to be able to finally fly together, and you guys all have been such a huge part of helping me get to the point to be able to take Julia flying. That every one of these flights that I do in the real world, it's weird that you guys are not there, if that makes any sense. Like, there's no chat that I have to there's no chat that I can look at and read during the flight. So it's weird that you're not there, but it also feels like you're there at the same time, because with a lot of these flights and the footage, I end up showing you guys at least parts of it anyway, that it does kind of feel like you're there. So I really appreciate all of you guys, all the support, the Discord interactions, the subscriptions, the follows, all that stuff helps tremendously. And like I said before we started the video when Julia was in here, we're going to do some more stuff. Her motivation just shot up, experiencing it finally for the first time in the real world. And hopefully we'll have some things that will be fun, entertaining, and we'll continue the progression. I'm planning on going all the way up to commercial multi. How long that takes, I have no idea, but that's the goal. And Julia's going to have some of her own goals as well, which will be fun to track. So again, thank you guys so much, and I hope you all have a great night. And thank you all very much. So I will send you over to Canadian Captain Mustache, real world commercial pilot, streams GA stuff all the time. It looks like he's in the Piper Navajo, which is an awesome plane. Again, thank you guys so much. Have a great night, and we'll see you.
176, turn right, hotel, kind of ground.
All right, right at hotel, contact the ground. See ya!
See ya!